What's up, Arizona? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Yeah,
Y'all better get sleep early tonight, folks. Santa coming in the morning. All right. I hope
facts.
everyone, when you listen to this, when this comes out Wednesday, obviously the day before Christmas. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful Christmas. Welcome in to
Yeah,
Dropping Dimes.
Christmas Eve.
I'm Cameron Cox. That's Chili. Chili, how cool is this? We get to spend Christmas Eve together, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I always wonder what my boy can be doing on Christmas Eve and stuff, and I'm glad that me and you get to, knock out, half an hour
Yeah.
together, so I can kind of keep an eye on you and make sure that you're not creating mischief and being super grinchy and stuff.
Not
So,
not at all,
um,
man. Not I actually just bought a Santa suit. So just so you know, everybody home, we taping this on Monday. All right, it's Monday night, Wednesday night, Christmas Eve, by the way. So I'm flying to go surprise my dad. He won't know this is coming out, so I can tell everybody I'm going to surprise my dad on Christmas. We haven't spent Christmas together in a hot minute. So I actually ordered a Santa outfit. I'm gonna show up and dressed as Santa Claus. I'm gonna wear it on the plane. So I'm ready to
no, you're
go.
not.
I am. Gonna wear it to the airport, wear it to the plane, all the above. I'm gonna be rocking. So if you see me Christmas Eve, full Santa costume.
You
Full
need to
Santa
post
costume.
that. You need to
I
post
got you.
that. You need to post that on Twitter. We need to
Yeah.
get you going hella viral and stuff. That's awesome. But that's super cool, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be
I'm
great.
I'm gonna get back to Arizona, and I'll be back in Arizona by the time this thing airs, and I'll be running around the city doing a Santa impression, thanks to my mom, who's gonna have me out delivering presents to like all her friends' kids and stuff like that. I am not putting on a Santa outfit.
Why
I'm
not?
super because I'm super grinchy. I gotta
No,
be honest. I'm super grinchy. So
I just
um,
that's
I,
that's disappointing. You should have
I'm
told me
too
I'd ordered you one because
I'm too
I got it here today. Like I
I
ordered it
don't
Saturday, and I was like, "How quickly can Amazon Prime get it to me?" And they were like, "Monday," and I was like, "Let's go." So
I
if you would have told me, I'd have hooked you up with one too. My bad.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't. I'll
yeah,
know
yeah,
better for
yeah.
next year.
I don't do the red suit like that. But what I will tell you is that I have put on Santa suits of sorts. If
I
you
don't know.
can
I don't know
hold
where
on.
you're going with this. I was
Well, I
wondering what a chilly household Christmas was like growing up.
well uh okay, so this is the thing. Growing up, like I've always been super patient with things. Like I never rushed anything, including the whole opening gifts. Like my parents were allowed to sleep in, and they just loved it. Like I would just wake up, eat some cereal, watch TV, and it would be like 10, 11 o'clock, and my parents would like be waking up after spending
Whoa.
the whole night wrapping presents, doing the whole Santa Claus routine and
I
stuff.
don't know what you're talking about, Chili. No, your parents were sleeping at night and
Yeah.
and
So,
Santa came while you were asleep.
well, because right. So,
Yeah.
like they would do the whole routine and help Santa do his thing and stuff
Yeah,
and put the
sometimes
tree
sometimes he recruits the parents to help. You know, you
put
just it's
put
how it works.
put the gifts under the tree,
Yeah.
and then
Sometimes they gotta open it, Santa can't fit down every chimney. So, sometimes they gotta open the door, maybe open the back door, let him in. Maybe they help put a bike together with the old man in the
yeah,
garage. You know what I'm saying? Like
no,
sometimes they
for
just gotta
sure.
help. Yeah, yeah.
For sure. So, my parents would always, oh, see, I do see, I have like
Right.
this is this is like my
Let's
little,
go. Look, the
it's
most
grinchy
Grinch,
though.
I was about to say, the most
It's
Grinch
kind
elf Santa
it is
costume I have
it is kind
ever
of grinchy.
seen.
Hey, you can kind of see like my dogs
Yeah.
with their little one horn reindeers and
They're
stuff
looking
like
at
that.
you like, come on,
They love
Dad.
it. They love
Come
it.
on, Dad.
But so like I would try to stay up as late as possible, and then I would eventually fall asleep, and then this whole
Yeah.
Santa routine and stuff like that. And then I would wake up probably like at around like 9 o'clock. Obviously staying up late. My parents had to stay up later. I would just let my parents sleep in. I would just eat cereal, and my parents would be like, "Hey, you weren't gonna wake us up to open up presents?" I was like, "No." I was like, "You guys are sleeping, man. I want to let y'all sleep." And
Yeah.
then we would open up presents together and stuff. So, yeah, I was just super patient. And then when I worked in radio, I was always like the younger one, right? And always on the grind and on the hustle. And I know you can sympathize with this,
Sure.
but like I had other staff members that had kids and had families, the Chinos of the world, the Jackie Moraleses of the world, and stuff like that. So I would always offer to work so that they could spend the mornings, with their kids,
Their kids.
doing
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
exciting like opening presents, things like that. And I'm sure back in the day you had to do some of that grunt work with TV and stuff like
Yeah,
that to make sure.
and still do. We rotate holidays. We all kind of check in with one another and see how that works. All right, hey, how does Thanksgiving look for everybody? How does Christmas look? The rule around here is everybody's got to anchor one holiday. So we pick, you know what I mean, between myself, Jake, and Lena, and it's kind of really worked out well for us.
Oh yeah, well that was the other thing. Listen, for
But I
Thanksgiving,
worked I worked a share of Christmases in a row. I worked a fair share of Thanksgivings in a row and New Year's all the above. So I've done it where it's just been the same three all the time. Hey, when is Cameron coming in? Oh, he'll be in December 2nd. We're gonna celebrate Christmas then. How about Thanksgiving? Oh, that's November 11th. Cool. All right,
I
perfect.
would
How
I
about
would
Easter? Oh, Easter's 2 weeks before Easter. Okay.
hey,
Amen.
you could not get me working prime time for Thanksgiving at the radio station. I had to eat. I
Yeah.
had to eat. I
Well,
had to get my
also,
meal in.
also, ain't nobody listening, man. That's what I love about holidays, Chili. Man, it's just so quiet. When I used to live
For
downtown,
sure.
it's so peaceful. It's like the
For
world
sure.
kind of like and I know there are people who get going and have to work and do different things and are on the road, and there's a lot of people out there that celebrate the holidays differently. Like I get it, but it's just so quiet. It's just so quiet. And I love that the earth and the world just slow down for a little bit. You
Hey,
know what I mean? Like, I know it's not that way for everybody, but overall, it just feels like for a few days.
hey, you know who it's not like that for right
Who's
now?
that?
Sun Devil Nation,
Yeah.
ASU football, ASU girls basketball, and even
Yeah.
to some extent ASU boys basketball.
Yeah.
Absolutely cooking right now. Hey, and before we get into football, because I know we're going to talk about that,
Yeah. Yeah.
this girls basketball team
It's
does
pretty good.
put some respect on their name. Man, they are absolutely frying the competition. Molly
Yeah.
Miller.
Yeah. Molly, no L in the name Miller. As our
Moimier, is that what we got to
Moimier,
call
is that what our buddy Doug Tamero called it? What's been so impressive about that? So they had to go out and get a lot of new players for this team. You know what I mean? And obviously, Coach Miller, she brings that attitude, that
Mir?
intensity, that
Coach Mir?
fun.
Coach Mir?
Coach Mir,
He
excuse
is
me. Yeah, we dropping all the L's because they just don't lose. What has been the most impressive about this? Because listen, not early in the year, you looked at the schedule and you were like, okay, maybe it's not as tough as people think. Then they have that great road trip and then they won all those games. You come back home before the little Christmas break, you're still winning games. I don't know how far they're gonna go or what's gonna happen after that, but what has happened so far, it just goes to show you when you take the eye out of team and you just have a team that just can gel together, that's connected, that believe in their head coach, that play for one another. That you almost remind me of the Suns a little bit. They necessarily can't shoot the ball really well. They go in and out with that kind of phase, but they hustle, they play defense, they try, they have energy, they have fun doing it. They listen to their coach. You know what I mean? It's just a cool team to root for, and they win. And like it's those kind of simple things, Chili. When you're just a really good team like that, anything can happen. And that's when that just takes over. You don't need a lot of
hey,
talent to be a good team. And they definitely have some talent, but they to me are just the example of what a team should be.
I know comparison's the thief of joy, and being grinchy during the holiday season like myself, I gotta steal
And we
some of
gotta
the joy.
work. We gotta work on that, man. You can't be known as the Grinch around town.
I
Like we
well,
just
hey,
can't we just can't have
listen,
that, man. We just can't.
listen,
You can't have that
listen.
reputation, Chili.
Every town needs a Santa. Every town needs a Grinch. You're Santa. I'm the Grinch. That's the way
That's
it's gotta
you.
work. So, hey,
Oh
listen,
man,
listen.
I didn't know.
So,
I didn't know we were doing that.
hey,
I didn't
sometimes,
know.
sometimes it's got to be like that. I promise there's going to come a time where my heart's going to grow three sizes and I'm going to save the world. But in this moment, I'm curious, Cam, with keeping everything in perspective,
Sure.
please. More what's going on with ASU women's basketball and what Moy is doing more exciting than what Kenny Dillingham was able to do with ASU football with keep it in
Sure.
perspective
Okay.
though. Like,
I'll say this. Uh, that women's basketball program needed a refresh, and you root for things like this when they happen. It makes it so easy, and that's what's so cool about what ASU is doing across the board, not just with Kenny's new contract, which we'll talk about, not just with different programs with volleyball and wrestling and you get hockey but what women's basketball is a good example of, you bring in the right people and you surround them with some resources. Not necessarily, they ain't got South Carolina resources, let's be real here, but they got some resources. You know what I mean? And they're doing a good job promoting the program and they're having fun and they're connecting a team and they're working hard. So they're doing all these things to promote these kids. The Hail Marley, that was really cool. And the shirts that came out of that too as well, right? Like all these little things, they just add up to what can create a lot of excitement around the program. I'm looking at ticket prices. Let me tell you something. There is no more affordable game to go watch right now than an ASU women's basketball game. If you got kids, I saw that video where they hit 6-7 recently and the crowd went wild too as well. Let me tell you something. You want to take your kids to go watch a fun, exciting brand of basketball? That's the game to go see. That's the game to go see.
Okay.
They got great times on the weekends where you can go have you part of your day, watch some basketball, go do something else. Like to me, that's a great investment too as well. Molly Miller is great with kids. It's really cool to hear some of the stories that come out of those games too as well. Team is great with kids too as well. So like, if you got a family, go watch it. That's a fun brand of basketball, and those kids play hard. 14-0, best start program history. New Year's Day, excuse me, New Year's Eve. They're at Utah to kind of start the back half of their schedule now. All conference play right after that, but they've been a lot of fun to watch. So is
They
ASU men's basketball too as well.
Sticking with women's basketball, they absolutely have to make a run in this tournament. They have to make it. They have to get this opportunity in March Madness because it would absolutely deflate this
No,
incredibly hot
no,
start.
Chili. I don't.
No?
I don't know. I don't say deflate by any means because
Okay.
it. You d listen. This first part of the schedule has been a huge success. We all know conference is a different animal. You got to see if these kids that they've brought together, they have to shoot the ball better. Like I think that's pretty evident. But
Okay.
that you have to see if these kids that they brought together, like if it's all going to keep clicking, if it's all going to keep rotate, if it's all going to keep going for them. I wouldn't say it stops the momentum by any means. Like to
Okay.
me, a lot of these programs at ASU, football included, just to be clear, football included, it's a 10-year project
Oh,
to get that
oh,
athletic program to where it's in the same sentences as some of the best up there, Chili. Like you got to have sustained success over and over again. And that doesn't always mean like getting in the turn, you know what I mean? Winning 30 games and being 30-3 and winning a Big 12 title. Just keep building the program, keep stacking the wins, keep having successful seasons, getting to the tournament. You know what I mean? Having a chance at a Big 12 title for football, getting back in the playoff one year, maybe falling short the year. I mean, but like you just have to keep sustaining success and selling out home games for football. You keep doing those things and keep having runs like this where these teams are fun to watch. And that changes everything in the Valley. That changes ASU's place amongst the programs that we mention, excuse me, all the time. So
have you been to a girls' basketball game this season?
not
Have
a
you been
full
to one
game,
yet?
not a full game,
Okay.
not a
Because
full game.
because I know
But
you're
I've,
super busy,
but
so
no,
you
no, no,
went for a
not.
little bit and
But I
bounced.
watch them.
Okay.
I got TVs here. I watch them.
Okay.
They're
Okay,
fun to
that's fair.
watch. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
and also, piggybacking off of what you said about no more affordable ticket, go out there and catch a game. Hey, listen, if you are an ASU football fan, go to a girls' basketball game. Highly likely, if you got some good seats, lower level, lower bowl,
yeah,
you can catch a football player there because I've seen a lot of the
yeah.
football players and football staff out there tweeting and posting on the gram that they're out there. So make sure that you support. That's another great way to get a free meet and greet with some of these athletes. And I've seen some of these athletes moving around concourses at a variety of events, Suns games, things like that, and they are always down to take pictures. When Jordan Tyson and them were out there at the Suns game last year, always down to take pictures, didn't turn one down. So make sure that you support the programs, and then you get an opportunity to, get a free meet and greet. Now, football,
Hold on.
a
Did you want to
lot.
men? How about the men's basketball team?
Super disappointed with that loss to Oregon State because I think
Yeah,
that they're a better team than that. I
and
love Coach
Mo
Hurley.
Odom
I
said that
love,
after the game.
love,
Mo
love.
Mo Odom
I
said that after the game. They're
love
disappointed in
it.
that
Or what are
because
they
it.
doing
it
nowadays? The weird, I don't know how to do that other
what are
heart
they,
thing.
what are you talking about? What do they do now?
The other heart thing that they do, I don't know how
Who's
to,
they?
the kids,
Who are these?
there's,
Who are these
so
kids?
like there's this heart thing, obviously, that we're all familiar
What's
with,
wrong
right?
with that?
And then There's like another one. I think it's like something like this or something. I don't know how to do it. But anyways, I love Coach Hurley. I love
Yeah,
the intensity of which he coaches with. I love the way that he recruits. Like he recruits, and especially right now, some of these super gritty kids. I think Pig, Mo, Diop, some of those guys are super talented. Diop's going to the NBA too. I think that he's a freaking
Masamba Diop.
animal. Yeah.
He's unbelievable. Yeah,
So
listen,
I think he's a stud.
they were disappointed too in that loss to Oregon State. It obviously hurts their chances to get in the tournament. 9-4 right now, coming out, going into the back half of the year. Listen, you start stacking some wins in the Big 12, they'll be just fine. Big 12 is a tough conference. There's a lot of games to make up and make ground. You can have some big time wins against some of these programs in the Big 12. Now you're gonna have to win the games, obviously. It's gonna be
For sure.
challenging. But like you could have some of those wins against top programs in the Big 12. You'll get in the dance. I have no doubt about it. But just like women's basketball, Chile, like listen, I don't know how much was expected from this new look team from Bobby Hurley, but again, they play hard. They're a team. They're fun to watch. I would roll the ball out there and bet on them any night just because of all those qualities that they bring to the table. It's not
Agreed.
always going to go their way. They don't have massive star power to roll out there every night, but they got a team there that plays really well as a team together. They got a big man in the middle. They got a guard that can lead them. To me, you can get some wins in the Big 12 and be in that conversation at the end of the year. Just got to keep stacking. And they
No, for
care.
sure.
And they care. That's the cool part. Same thing with women's basketball. They care, Chile, and they let the community know how important it is for them to play well. And they listen to Bobby. And I think that's really cool because we all know Hurley's job was reportedly in jeopardy after last season. Very tough season without had to go get him a whole new roster. And listen, this team takes on the attitude of their head coach, and it just seems like they can play really well together. And so I'm interested to see how they go. We knew it was going to be tough to be the top of the Big 12. It's one of the best basketball conferences out there.
For
But this
sure.
team is going to be able to compete in the Big 12. And with this roster and with how it all came together and how last season went, I think that's what you want to see for this program.
All right. I,
You want me to read
man,
it? You want me to
I,
read what happened?
yeah, go ahead.
What you know what happened? Are you fired up, Chili? Who's fired up for
Yeah.
the you ready to go to Sun Bowl?
I mean,
Are you going?
I'm excited. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna
You're
watch
not.
from my television at
Oh
home,
man, I
but
thought you and I were gonna road trip together.
oh, are you going?
I'm going. Gotta go down on the 30th.
You're driving?
I don't know yet. I haven't made that call yet. I probably will
Okay.
not drive.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you fly, then I might be in. I might be in to do that. I'll let you know. Let me get back to you on that. I got listen. I'm already moving. I got one project going on. I got to figure out how to like move all these shoes too. So
Where are you putting the shoes?
in my new house,
Oh, there we go. All right,
live in
well,
Tempe.
oh, there we go. Well, in case you lived under the rock over the weekend, the big news that would you wake up? Did you woke up to it Saturday morning, Chili? Roll
Uh,
over?
so what's it called? If you ask Hod Rubino, he'll tell you that I talked to him about this the night before, and I told him that I was like, "Hey, buckle up." I was like, "This thing's about to happen. I don't know exactly when, but I'm gonna guess that." I was guessing that there was gonna be a lot of pomp and circumstance and stuff like that, and the announcement would be made post practice. But the
No.
news got out there early,
The news got out
so
there
yeah,
incredibly early, about 7 o'clock as the sun was coming up local time. Kenny Dillingham and ASU agreeing to that new contract gets that salary bump up to about 7.5. He's got more money
love
for
it.
his staff, more money for recruiting. Both were keys into getting this deal done and talking with Graham Rossini about that. Like that was the
I
whole
saw
key in
that.
all
I saw
this.
that. You're like famous, man.
No,
That
no, no,
I
no.
love that. No,
No,
I loved
it
what
was
you.
really cool to hear some of the things that Graham said. Like everything Kenny wanted. Like Graham and Dr. Crow was just their job, Chili, to figure out how to make it happen and how to get this football team more resources and more money here and different things to help this program take to the next level. Like I said, Chili, it's not an overnight thing at ASU. It was never
For
going to
sure.
be. It's going to take time. But one thing I loved is Graham said details matter when you're trying to get it right. And the details in all of this they all got worked out and they all were in favor of what Kenny needs to keep this program and what ASU needs in the right direction. Dillingham also clearing the air. He says he was never offered the job at Michigan. We all know they wanted him, but too bad you can't have him, folks. It was really funny to see Michigan fans kind of whine about that on Saturday
People going
morning. I
crazy.
did enjoy that with my breakfast. They just didn't understand how Kenny, would want to stay one. And that's because they just don't understand what it means to be a Valley boy, doing it for your community with your family here. Like some things just mean more. And that's this program to Kenny. That's this community to Kenny. Now he's the thing that's going viral, Chili, that $20 million comment, right? He wants some rich person here in the Valley to write a $20 million
We
check to
got
help
them.
take this program to the next level. I know you and I are going to go door knock on Camelback Mountain here over the weekend. Uh, Something I hadn't heard yet. He obviously challenged people here with deep pockets to write a big check to help take this program to new heights. But I love that he mentioned some famous alumni like Phil Mickelson, John Rahm. I threw out James Harden the other night, even though I know James does a lot for the basketball programs too as well. But there it is, Kenny Dillingham officially staying with this
Listen,
program. Your reaction was what when you heard it all get
we
done?
well, before that, I mean, I just wasn't surprised because if there's one thing that I can tell you about Dillingham and the people that he surrounds himself with, you cannot put a price on comfort, the whole family situation. And when they say the word family, like they mean it. It's not just some weird tattoo that they put on their body or whatever, like
Yeah,
all these like 23-year-old kids and stuff like that do, in a different language, which is
yep,
absolutely insane to me. So, loyalty to the valley, loyalty to a place, loyalty to an environment that has helped them grow and flourish. You just couldn't put a price on those things. You could offer, I don't want to get too crazy, but you could offer Kenny like, I don't know, $12 million to go to Michigan or Alabama or one of these schools. As long as ASU, and I don't want to speak for him, but as long as ASU is competitive and is willing to work and do the most that they can, a ASU will have Dillingham for the life of Dillingham
yeah,
until Dillingham has decided that he has outgrown this place in terms of
if that
a
happens.
new challenge. Like once
Sure.
he accomplishes the things that he wants to accomplish here, and everything within reason, of course, right?
Yeah.
Crow, Rossini, keeping Dillingham financially happy and stable or whatever. He'll stay. He'll ride this thing out. Look, there's going to be ups and downs, peaks and valleys to this whole situation, but all Dillingham wants is to build ASU into a power. When he gets ASU into the CFP consistently 3 out of 5 years, 4 out of 6 years, when he takes them to a level, a national championship game, back-to-back national championships, wins one, then you are going to see maybe things will change for Dillingham because he'll need a new challenge.
Yeah.
Because Dillingham
It.
is a competitor's competitor. He
Yeah.
is your favorite competitor's favorite competitor. Now break that down. Like he is going to want to challenge himself and say, you know what? Cam, Chili, I can fix the Cardinals.
Well, I
What?
was I was just about to say
What?
that the other challenge is down the street, and it wouldn't be
What?
surprised if they come calling one day. Just saying. Not
Yeah.
not Cardinal fans. Slow down. ASU not anywhere close to the near future. But
Wait.
Chili, the way you were describing it, like I said, it's a 10-year project, Chili. It is to build ASU into what people want it to be is going to take some time. You have to keep stacking good momentum and you have to keep going in the right direction. And this is monumental for the Sun Devils. What has happened over the past week or so has been monumental for the future success of this program. Finally, ASU fans, listen, I've moved here, you've been asking for this. And it's now a reality. It is what's happening. You're living the change. You're living the real life growth of a program. You now have a president who is entirely bought in. I get it. 10, 15 years ago, there was real questions about Dr. Crow and his investment into athletics. And could they blend the two sides, the university side with the athletic department side? I can tell you this. Graham Rossini told me this, gave me examples. Dr. Crow is figuring out ways to move mountains behind the scenes to get Dillingham, this program, and the athletic program whatever they need to be successful. It is not like other schools where people are just writing checks to make things happen. No, they're figuring out ways to make it work for everybody because that's real life stuff that they have to go through. But there is no bigger supporter now, and there's no guy who sees the direct results of what a good football team and a good football program can do for all the great things that happen at your university than Dr. Crow. That is really cool to say because I know ASU fans, he's got a bad rap for a long time, Chili. That's no longer the case. It's no longer the case. And I've talked to Graham Rossini about that, talked to several boosters about that, talked to people within the program. Sure, it's not just a hand me out. They're figuring out ways to do things that work for everybody, but everybody is lockstep in making sure this program continues to grow. If you listen to the interview with Graham Rossini, it was like, hey, we need a new practice facility. Boom, let's get it done. Let's figure it out. How do we want to do it? And guess what?
Hey
It's
man,
happening. And so I just want ASU fans to know, stay on this train. Keep selling out
hey,
games. Keep doing things. It'll get there.
listen, listen. I hope that Mickelson and Rom
Yes.
And Harden to some extent will jump in on this because I know that that's a notable athlete alumni from
Well,
ASU.
big money,
But
Chili. Big money.
we need a different type of donor. Like we can't keep just going to them. We need the people like the Garcia family that own Carvana and Drive Time and probably have like a $40 billion worth.
There we
Like
go.
we need somebody like that. We need the Showen family that has like U-Haul under their belt with like somewhere close to like $10 billion probably between them. Bob Parsons at GoDaddy. Hey, listen. Go Devils, go Daddy, make this thing cook. Bob Parsons, you throw that party every year. Hey, listen, Coach Dillingham, ASU football, they're gonna make that thing crack like chapped lips. I promise you, they
Well,
will have that thing going absolutely insane,
you
bonkers.
you know what's interesting about that? When I did my conversation with Graham, he said we got thousands of. He said he had to take a break from social media. Chili, we've seen Graham. What's really cool about him, he interacts with everybody. Like if you tweet him something as a fan, suggestion, whatever, 9 times out of 10, he sees it and he tries to respond. He did mention he had to take a step back because he didn't necessarily approve the narrative that was out there that himself and Dr. Crow were doing everything possible to make it work with Kenny Dillingham and keeping him here long term. They were never worried that he was going to leave. They just had to work out the details. So now that he's back on social media, he did say the one thing, the great thing that came out of all this, besides the fact that they're keeping their coach long term and they can keep building this thing, is he got thousands of emails from people saying, we got you. We're going to do this. Now he knows exactly where to find them. Now he knows exactly who to call. Now he can reach out to all these people who say they want to be involved in the program and help out and do different things. I mean, that's really cool to hear because the Valley rallied some voices. And I guarantee you, and I know this for a fact, there are some guys ready to step up and help this program and keep it going in a massive way. I don't think it's just going to be writing big checks. Like what Texas Tech and all these other schools sometimes do to me is just kind of ludicrous. I don't know how long that's sustainable for, but there will be some big time donors here in the Valley that I think are going to help this program out in a big time way. And plus, you and me, we're going to go door knocking on Camelback Mountain. Listen, I know there's got to
I'm
be some
with
people
it.
there. We're going to hand out Kenny's business card. Hey, come on, call coach. You know what I mean? There's got to
Yeah,
be
for
some people
sure.
there in PV somewhere back there that want to help this.
No, listen, and the other thing that I heard, which I thought was interesting, and there's definitely one way to do it because with all the whole GoFundMe stuff that's out there, like nickel and diming, like the ASU alumni, like we have like whatever, like ten billion like ASU alumni out there. If everyone donated $1, like would be all good. We just need to make sure that even the alumni, even the graduates that got their degrees in whatever architecture back in the day or education or
Yeah,
business or whatever, like everybody just donate a couple bucks, man. Like nickel and diming this thing will also works. Like we don't have to just go to the rich person well all the time and hit
sure.
Bob Parsons and George Kurtz who owns CrowdStrike. But I'm just trying to listen, everybody keeps throwing out the same three names over and over again. Mickelson, Rom, and Harden.
Yeah,
And while I would love to see it, and also shout out to Nap Lawrence and his family that keep donating over and over and over again.
yeah,
Like, we need to go to some different people. We need different names out there. And I
yeah.
know somebody that follows Cam Cox or that follows Chili knows those people.
Yeah,
So
you. Where's your checkbook? Get your checkbook out, man. All those shoes back there. Come on. If we sold half of those shoes, we could cover the football budget for next year.
Oh
We
wow.
we sold half
This
those
guy.
shoes. I'm gonna text Kenny. Kenny, I got it. Chili gonna sell
No,
his
man,
shoes.
please don't do that.
We
Please
we
don't
gonna
do
we gonna
that.
fund you a receiver for next year. We got it.
Oh
We got Chili. We got
man.
a couple minutes left. I know you wanted to give some shout outs to some local basketball players that are doing some things real quick.
Yeah, Tarkanian Classic is going on in Las Vegas, and Mason McGee is absolutely frying the competition out there. Speaking of frying earlier, like he is absolutely frying the competition out there. He's probably going to find himself on that all tournament team or getting votes, and he's grabbing everybody's attention. Also, there's another kid from Perry that's absolutely balling, so I want to make sure that I show him some love. His name is LJ Diamond. Perry's been going through some ups and downs with their basketball program. Well, ups and downs in general this offseason for football, but like ups and downs with their basketball program and stuff. They lost their coach, they lost Cole Pete, they lost another super talented kid in Bruce Branch, but LJ Diamond has
It
delivered for
happens.
them.
It
So no,
happens.
hey, and you know they're making this thing work. Listen, the way that you make things work is by making it work. The Suns lost one of the best players of all time in Kevin Durant, but look, they're making it work. You got them. I didn't think that they'd win 15 games in
I
2025,
told you they're gonna make
and
the
they
playoffs.
there. Yeah,
It's
you said they'd
amazing
make
what
the
happens
playoffs.
when everybody on the team impacts winning.
Hey, Dylan Brooks has always been my guy. Grayson Allen, I absolutely love him, and
One thing about
Gillespie's a dude.
one thing about Dylan Brooks, he's exactly what the Suns needed. He is totally different than the guy that was going after LeBron in the playoffs. He's a much better player. He realized he had to be a better player before you start calling out the king. I'll say this. Now he's got to be selected now. So like listen, he is all-star worthy this year. That's how good Dylan Brooks is playing. So keep jabbing at people. Keep
Oh.
going after LeBron, but he has to be more selective when he does it. Like that's the only thing. I appreciate it. We needed it. The Suns want it. He cannot cost this team wins down the stretch. Just can't. And some of those antics are going to come back to haunt this team if he doesn't. He mentioned it. I got to do some soul search, is what he said. He's just got to figure. He's got to weigh that part out. Keep playing with that chip. Talk all the smack you want. He's earned it. He's played his way into it, but he's got to be a little smarter, and he knows that.
All right, we got a minute left, and this is where I want to go with this. This is how I want to finish this out before
Okay.
Christmas. The Cardinals, how do they fix this situation? I think Kyler's gone, but do they draft a quarterback or do they pick one up in free agency or is
Yeah.
Brissett the answer? I know you like Gannon as much as I do, so
Yeah.
let's just go with the quarterback
No, no,
situation.
no. You know what? We're gonna talk about that next week. I want to know your
Oh,
favorite Christmas
oh,
movie.
oh.
Your favorite
My
Christmas
favorite
movie.
Christmas movie ever. I like Elf. Right now I'm an Elf fan.
Dude,
I
right
love
now
Elf.
I'm a Home Alone fan. Lena said this the other night. The Cardinals are like Marv and Harry. They keep getting hit with paint buckets. They keep getting shocked. You know what I mean? They keep getting hit with bricks. Suck brick, kid. You know what I mean? It's
I
rough.
love Lena. I love
It's
Lena.
I do too. It's
Lena's the
just rough.
best.
It was the best analogy. It was the best analogy. That's what the Cardinals are like. It's like
All
walking
right.
through Home Alone right now. All right,
All
Chili, let them
right.
know when can they watch it.
Hey, Chili's two piece tune in Tuesday night. It's before this one, so it's gonna
It's
be
okay.
back selling or front selling,
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, holler at you later, Cam.
Merry
Later.
Christmas.